Hi, I'm Tom Price from Gameloft. Gameloft's one of the leading global developers of games for mobile devices, so smartphones and tablets. That includes iOS devices, Android, and Windows Phone as well. We've got a few big upcoming titles that we're showing at E3 this year. First one I'm going to show you guys is Modern Combat 5. It's the sequel, the latest iteration in our Modern Combat series, which is a first-person shooter that's very high-end console-level quality graphics, but on, like I said, on a tablet. So this demo is going to all be on an iPad Air, yeah, I guess we should get into the game. So one of the first things about this game is there's definitely a narrative to the game. There's a storyline that you'll be following, but then there's also lots of other kinds of missions that help you kind of upgrade your character, unlock weapons, unlock special skills. One of the things about this game is that there will be no in-app purchases in the game, so there's not going to be a way to sort of advance yourself by spending money. It's all based on skill. The game will cost $6.99 at launch, but then that's it. There's nothing else to pay at that point. So kind of the basic storyline is near future. You're like a counter-terrorist, special forces type of guy. You're fighting off some really nefarious global terrorist organizations. In the game, you'll be able to play as one of 4 different character classes, although you can change between levels if you want. And then there's, like I said, you can upgrade those classes, but you can also upgrade weapons. So for instance, like if I go to my loadout and I'm looking at my gun, I mean, I can change even things like, the clip size. I can change, different muzzle flashers, things like that, scopes, all that kind of stuff. And this is stuff that you unlock just by playing the game, but then does actually improve your weapon. So let's just go. So like I said, we've got story missions. A lot of things are just the sort of your typical kind of going through a level by yourself, but then there's some levels that are sort of like turret levels, or manning a machine gun, taking down helicopters, and so there's a lot of variety in the gameplay. So let's go to. I'm sorry. So this is one of the levels that's set in Tokyo. So in this environment, you're going to see a lot of destructible items. As you're going through, you can kind of destroy items in the place. We're going to see a lot of interesting combat AI from the enemies. They take cover, they avoid grenades, they do lots of things that are fairly smart. You can see there's lots of little details. I mean, lots of stuff in the environment, lots of particle effects. There's even things like heat waves coming off the end of the gun when you've fired it for a while. Lots of little details that are really big graphical improvements on what we've been able to do in the past.
Okay, get to the exit.
So as you see, I'm earning experience points for doing things like getting a headshot or using certain items. So one of the things we have in the game is unified progression. So any like XP or anything that you gain in single player is the same in multiplayer. So if you unlock weapons in single player, you unlock in multiplayer. And again, using like some special items like the scout drone that I'm about to use also can give you bonuses too. So this little scout drone flies ahead and it spots guys that are behind stuff for me. So I can shoot through some of these things. I normally wouldn't be able to see those guys, but the scout drone saw them.
It like paints it for you?
Yeah. You see lots of explodable things in the environment. So then, so each mission, I've got certain things that I've been trying to do, and so I get stars for that. And again, more XP. You can see that I'm moving towards unlocking certain things. I get promoted to an actual rank. There's definitely a lot of sort of almost like that RPG sort of element to it, where your character is actually progressing. And so I said too, we also have these Spec Ops missions, which are kind of allow you to work on certain skills. Like for instance, it could be like a sniper mission, or there's these room clearing missions where you have to go in and clear everybody out of a room. I'll show you this particular Spec Ops mission because it shows off another kind of neat new feature. It's kind of a special feature that you can do. So for this was just going to be just a sniper mission. I've got a guy on the ground. I need to protect him. So here I'm going to use this thing called bullet control, so I can actually fly the bullet right at a guy. It's helpful if somebody's around a little corner. Oh, I missed him with that one. So yeah, again, just a short mission that kind of help you work on your skills and help you, and you can replay these missions as many times as you want, keep earning more XP. It's definitely a game that we think is very replayable, especially with the other classes. Going through one mission with the recon guy is very different than going through with the heavy gunner or the heavy guy with the grenade launcher. So definitely a lot of replay value. And then of course, the other big component of the game is multiplayer. We have up to 12-person multiplayer, so 6 versus 6. And there's a couple different game modes, like a deathmatch mode, a capture the flag. But one of the really interesting ones we're doing is it's called a squad combat mode. So you basically create a squad of your friends, and it's a persistent squad. You'll be in that squad, and you guys can go play multiple matches with each as your squad, and then you can play against other squads. And those will unlock, certain special events, certain special things, doing that. And then you also have like your own little squad chat channel. You can just chat with them. So it's another kind of component to the multiplayer. And the multiplayer has always been a really big part of the Modern Combat series. And that, like I said, that's going to be $6.99 at launch, no IAPs, and it should be out a little later this summer.